Alright, welcome back. It's a bit of a quieter episode today. I had Tim tell me that I should just do a normal run, but be more like analytic about it. And that's what I'm going to do. This is weird. I don't know, I have to work with the volume more and get more comfortable with doing this, but we're not doing any special run, we're just doing like an analysis. And what I like to do is I like to buy meal tickets because I just don't like dying. If you're wondering how to get your first purchase achievement, it would be purchasing an item. I think I might be too loud, but I also might be too quiet. I don't really want more health. But yeah, so we can buy a meal ticket. He makes a whole bunch of unique dishes. I don't really know all of them because I just eat them quickly. But as you can see, I now have 4 health. And that's a good amount more than what I previously had. I think I'm just going to save all the rest of my money, mainly because I don't want to waste too much time. I might do a whole bunch of that off screen, but we're going to head off to Pridemoore Keep. Oops, not Amiibo. Pridemoore Keep is it's King Knight stage. The secret, by the way, if you go left, which you never do in a platforming game, there's a secret. Here's the Yacht Club Games logo, which happens, a music sheet. When I did my original playthrough, that was the only music sheet I couldn't find, which is great. But yeah, you can get a good like 300 gold there and a music sheet, which is worth another 500 gold, so it's very much so worth it. This stage and boss might be the easiest out of all of them. Although it is very platforming intensive, some of the later parts, the first part isn't hard. You see this stuff, if that hurts you, it deals like double damage as a normal thing would do, so it does one whole heart instead of half of one. I don't even think, can you do this? I don't think you can. Okay, we're not gonna do that. But yeah, lava is not a good thing to deal with. Always dig up all your dirt piles. I have so much, I could buy any item in the game at this point. I can't buy all of them, but I could buy anyone that I would want. It's weird now shifting from normal playthrough to analysis, but we'll try it out. Here we get to meet our first wizard. There's like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 in the game, and they all do something completely different. This is the most basic form. It just shoots a ball of fire at you. If you swing at it, it knocks it back at him, and you can eventually just kill him by doing it. You notice these things in the walls? These are like secret spots. If you hit it, you can find some secrets. They range from really good to really bad. Now this is a checkpoint. You saw them in the previous level, but they weren't able to be broken. These, if you deal enough damage, you can break them. Now you get a lot of gold from doing so. However, I can now never use that checkpoint again. So then you have to be very careful. But this is also our first, I think they're called gold armors, but there's like a different one for every single stage. These are again the most basic, which is why this is the most basic stage. So yeah, these horses are very easy to dodge. They just run right at you and then you jump and then that's over. It's over. Yeah, this stage is completely made out of gold. If you look at the prequel of this game, you get to see King Knight paint the whole entire castle with gold. They used to be made of stone, but then he used magic to make it made out of gold. Now, this is the one sole door in the game that's like this. You have to position yourself so that you fit in the door. You turn around and then you move to the right to the next screen. And then you see this chest, and you're like, man, this is important. I wonder what's in this. And you open it, and bang, there's a person in there. Oh man, I'm realizing that I'm very loud. Yeah, I turned up the volume extremely because I thought I was going to whisper, but I'm more comfortable now. So this is Chester. Usually in chests you'd think you'd find items. Instead you find him because he made it to the items before you did. And then he asks you to buy the items. Now we're gonna buy the flare wand just because I like having all the items in the game, and I don't know, as a character who only has a shovel as a weapon, it's good to have some ranged weaponry as well. I don't use a lot of relics in the game, so I don't know. I mean, they're all good. That's my first death. But you can see the X, which means that I've destroyed that. That's why I didn't destroy this one, because I figured that I might have a problem there. Because, of course, whenever I want to show off that I'm cool, things mess up. Now you notice that they were different colors. The gold ones have way more gold than the other ones do. You also notice that the flare wand is the same thing that the fire mages use, which I think is just a nice touch. It's like it shows you how they use their magic. So going up here, you get 3 of these in the same room. They're all very easy to defeat. Oh, there's a checkpoint here. I'll show you. Well, let me show you some secrets first. Oh yeah, their projectiles do more damage than normal. You see this room. See, it's a trap if you go down there, because then you can't climb up this ladder, which has more stuff than what was down there. So yeah, if you use a mixture of items and chivalry, you really can't go wrong with that. The items in this game, this might be the least useful, but it's also like the most versatile. All the other ones have more specific situations, except one, which we'll get to in the next episode. This is another checkpoint. All of the oh yeah, and depending on what gem's in there, this is the silver gem, which means it's like the least. Means on how hard the next part is going to be, and how much money you'll get from destroying the checkpoint. It's 200 is the smallest amount, and I've never broken one of the high amount ones. This is our this is our second mini boss. I've never talked about the dragon in the previous one, but I don't even know what these are called, but they always have the same pattern of fire. I always forget they have 2 attacks, and then they have a generic swipe attack which does nothing. They drop turkeys. In the new game, there's a new game plus mode for this as well, which is the same as normal mode, but everything is double damage, and you get no healing items. Oh my gosh! So I think if I mess around with this enough, I can actually get up there by getting these rats down here, because they're very easy to manipulate. Over here, I think there's a music sheet. It's just this weird room. It tries to trick you out, and you're like, oh, I'll go this way, and you can. But if you're like, oh, I'll go this way, it's, oh, silly me. Yeah, a lot of these things that you can go behind don't let you go behind them, such as this one. It's just completely blocked, but there's actually just a rock there. So it's just like trying to trick you. There's not too many moments in this game where it tries to trick you that much. Can you go through here as well? Oh yeah, this one that one you just plain can't go through, which is silly. So yeah, I'm just trying to collect as much money as I can. Money's extremely important if you want the game to be really easy, because the more upgrades you have, the easier it gets. But I've done this game once when I took double damage, where I bought absolutely nothing, and I was able to do it. I know that, like, a main thing about this game is, like, you might be like, wow, he's really good, I can never get to that, but the main thing is, if you just practice enough, you'll get better. That's how life works. We're about to be approaching the harder section here. It's in the next room. You'll notice that I use an alternating pattern, because they always try to block your attack, but if you hit them quickly in different ways, they can't block both of the attacks, so then in the end they only block one. Oh, that's your first checkpoint that's not normal. But over here is another music sheet. This one is very simple. You just... oh, or you could miss it! But you can always improvise. That's another cool thing. You're never set into doing any certain path. So yeah, so that was the first half of it. I think I'm gonna cut it now because I think we're reaching a long point. So I'll see you guys next time.